itskaygee.yt, and we'll join the video. Today we're going to do part 2 of me talking about my issues with the Miss Rona situation. If you missed part 1, you can check the card on whichever side of the screen it comes up on. It will link you over to part 1. When you're done watching that, you can come back over here. In part 1, I talk about some of the things that individual people are doing wrong because y'all are sickening, and a few of the things that businesses do wrong. But let's continue right on with the things businesses do wrong and the government, businesses and the government, because I have a lot to say. Y'all are disgusting too. Let's get into it. This one is kind of the catalyst for me making these videos in general. This is the issue that irritates me the most, and that just grinds the most of my gears, and that makes me just want to, like, you know, throw a bomb on society and start again on a new planet, because I can't. Okay, so I know a lot of people who work in medicine. And my mother, who I live with, she works at the hospital. So an international, worldwide issue is that hospitals are short on sanitation supplies. By that, what do I mean? Disinfectant wipes, gloves, but most importantly, masks. Specifically, N95 masks, the kind of masks that protect people from catching Miss Rona, you know? So, the way that these masks work and the way that you were taught in school, both in my mom's time, way back when, and in my friend's time very recently, is that these masks stay effective for 3 to 4 hours. You cannot wear the same mask all shift. You cannot wear the same mask all week. They just don't work. As soon as they get touched by the air, they have the potential to become ineffective. And as time goes on, as more and more particles run through the mask, its effectivity will decrease, and after 3 or 4 hours, you should change your mask, because it's not going to work anymore, okay? Because there is a mask shortage, they can't really do that. You can't change masks every 3 to 4 hours, and there's not enough masks for you to do that. So what the CDC is encouraging, and thusly what hospitals are telling these nurses to do, not nurses, respiratory therapists, doctors, everybody, to do, is foolery. They're telling them a bunch of foolishness. One is to wear the same mask all day. For your full 12-hour shift, just wear the same mask all day. Another one is to put your mask into a brown paper bag, like a lunch bag, to keep it from being in the oxygen as much. Another one is to sanitize your mask. So wipe your mask off with chemicals, and then put those chemicals on your face, and then breathe chemicals all day. Some hospitals are having people wear their masks all week because they're just that short on masks. Yeah, so what's happening is that a lot of medical professionals are being exposed to not only Miss Rona, but other diseases without the proper protection from the chemicals. Not the chemicals, the virus. The viruses, the germs, everything. They're just really not properly protected. And anyways, they're not properly protected from anything. And it's something that the CDC, which I don't know what that stands for, but it's like a medical approved thing, that the CDC is encouraging or requiring, saying like, yeah, you can do this, it's great. It's not great. The CDC knows that, but what else are they going to say? There's no masks, which is pointing back to my fact from last video. I feel like the government is doing too little too late. When the healthcare professionals fall under, what are we going to do? If people get sick, people catch Miss Rona, guess what they need? They need treatment. Guess where they go to get treatment? They go to the doctor. They go to the hospital. If they go to the doctor's office or they go to the hospital and there's no staff because everyone is sick because no one had a mask to protect them, where's the treatment going to come in? How is this problem going to get solved? Do you see why the medical experts are kind of our #1 priority in maintaining right now? And you see how we're not doing that? So my question is, where are the masks normally made? I'm assuming China, and China's not sending us anything anymore. They closed the borders. Okay, figure something else out. Find a factory that used to make paper and just tell them, hey, we're going to give you a job again so you can pay your rent, but you're not going to make paper anymore. It's time to make some surgical masks. Figure it out. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Donald, do your job. Do your job. Where are the face masks? Just gotta calm down sometimes. I think I look really disgusting when I drink water because I put my mouth around the whole thing. Most people do this, but I do this because I'm a freak. So, anyway, Donald, do your job. Get us some face masks. Like, I don't know what y'all have to do. I really don't. I'm not an expert. I don't know production. I don't know distribution. I don't know hospital requirements. I don't know what it takes to make one of these masks. I don't know anything except that we need medical professionals if we're going to get through this. And you are putting them at risk. Worldwide, they're at risk. So can we please work together and figure this out? Because I'm tired. I'm tired. Oh, I'm so tired. Like, I feel like I have to take self-quarantining a little more seriously than the average person because I have a medical professional living in my house. Right? Why is that? Why are we not safe? Like, why can't my mom, my friend's parents, my cousin, my friend, why can't they just go to work, be safe? And it's it's not just face masks. Hospitals have had a lot of issues, and they've had a lot of ways of getting around these issues that just aren't. When you put them on paper, it just sounds like, what are you doing, basically? One of it is that there's, in my state at least, not a lot of tests. There's a shortage of Miss Rona tests. Because there's a shortage of tests, their solution is to just not test anybody. Because they don't have the proper equipment, masks, and, treatment. There's no cure. There's not really much they can do in the hospital and keep people safe. What they've been doing at, certain hospitals, not all of them, but certain ones in my area, is just not letting people in who have Rona symptoms. Imagine that. Imagine you get sick with an illness. You go to the place that treats illnesses, and they tell you you can't be there. And child, my days. Oh, my days. But there's nothing better for them to do. So, do you see the way that this is getting worse? Do you see the part where society is going to crumble because medical professionals are not protected? Because I see it. I see it clear as day, and I see nothing being done about it, and it irritates me. It pisses me off to my core, and I'm going to need some solutions, like right now today. Some real solutions, not some CDC mandated wear your mask all day because you don't have another choice. I need a real solution, please and thank you. We need to go back to these companies and these individual people. We need to go back to you for a second. Why are you selling masks? Why do you have on your website masks, facial masks, N95 masks for sale? Why did you go into your woodworking shop, see that you had some N95 masks, and instead of donating them to the hospital, why did you start selling them to people on the street? I understand greed. I get it. Corporate greed, individual greed. People just want money. I get it. But guess what? In order to get money, you have to get it from someone. If we're all dead, where are you going to get your money? Y'all are so disgusting. I can't take it. Another issue with the masks is these corporations. So, in my state at least, and in a lot of states I know, companies that are considered non-essential are being made to close. Now, me, when I heard this, I thought that essential companies would be, emergency services, police, fire, hospital, so on and so forth. Emergency services, maybe some like non-emergency healthcare, just some of it, a couple of dentist offices, a couple of optometrists, general stores, Walmarts, your CVS's, your grocery stores, and, some food, like some fast food. That's what I thought we were talking about when we said essential services. Things that help us survive. And those are all things that help us survive. Food, healthcare, safety, things that help us survive. But these companies are out here trying to get the government to consider them essential. And they're succeeding. The government is declaring these companies essential. In my state in particular, my governor has said that he won't even require businesses to close. Essential or non-essential. He's not requiring it. So any companies that are closed in my area, close just on their own volition. They said, hey, I'm going to protect my employees and my customers. Do them a favor and close down for a bit. My governor isn't even requiring it. Crazy. Crazy. So some of these companies, distribution companies in particular, I know of several that have been doing this, are getting their companies labeled essential. Now, I know what you're thinking. Distribution of things, that sounds essential. We need things to go around. They're making toilet paper. We need it to get to the stores. You need distribution. Right, true. But what are they distributing is a question. Are they distributing face masks and toilet paper? Or their mass-produced t-shirts? Are they distributing packaged goods and food? Or machine parts for cranes? What are they distributing? Because if it's not essential, I don't know why your business is open. You're not essential. I mean, I know why your business is open. Corporate greed, as I've said 45 times in the running of these 2 videos. But especially at warehouses. Because some of these warehouses have construction equipment on the floor, like forklifts. Some of them require woodworking of some kind. Some of them requiring packaging with, like, intense industrial grade staples. Just, hardware and sometimes dangerous circumstances. That can happen in a warehouse. So what are they doing to protect their employees? Sending them home, you ask? No. Giving them face masks. Giving them, their employees, at their distribution company, distributing non-essential goods. They are not only staying open so that they can continue to distribute these goods and make money, but they are giving their employees not days off to protect their health and safety, but face masks. N95 face masks. The ones that doctors, nurses, respiratory therapists, so on and so forth, are fighting for. You're giving them those. You're telling them to wear them all day, which, again, as we've discussed, renders them ineffective after a few hours. You're contributing to the face mask shortage so that you can distribute your non-essential garbage. I've said it once, I'll say it again. These times are showcasing y'all's true colors. I am looking at the CEOs, the owners, the founders of these companies that have warehouses, these warehouses that are still open, these warehouses that are still open, shipping out and or making non-essential goods, these warehouses that are still open, shipping out and or making non-essential goods, and giving their tens to hundreds of employees face masks and contributing to the shortage that medical professionals are dealing with. Those companies, I see you. I see you. I just want you to know that you're seen. I don't have a lot of dollars, but I promise you will get 0 of them. And it's not even like they're giving them face masks because they have to. Like I mentioned, woodworking and forklifting and things that might be dangerous and might require protection of some kind, steel-toed boots, gloves, maybe a face mask for the woodworking, so on and so forth. But they're giving their employees masks so that their employees don't get sick. First of all, that's not going to work because the masks are only effective for 3 to 4 hours. Second of all, there are more important things we could do with these masks, like get them to medical professionals so society doesn't fall apart, so you can continue to have consumers who buy your products so that your company can make money in the years to come. Let's not worry about a few months of lost dollars, of everyone going into the red. Let's not worry about that. Let's maybe worry about the long term here. But I guess I'm the only one who sees that. I'm the only one who thinks like that. It's so irritating. I just want my mom to be safe at work. I don't ask for a lot. I don't. I don't. I just ask that if my mom gets sick, she's not told to leave work and just come home with nothing. No treatment, no protection, no nothing. Do y'all think I'm asking for a lot? I don't. This one's not really an issue, but a question. Are we going to run out of unemployment money? Like, the government has been squandering people's retirement money. So, what is it? I forget what it's called, Social Security. We've been, having issues with that for a while. But now I'm like, there's a lot of people suddenly applying for unemployment, food stamps, and Obamacare, which none of y'all wanted, but now you're applying for it. A lot of people who suddenly need all these handouts y'all hate so much. Are we gonna run out of money? Because I highly feel like we are. I feel like it's gonna become an issue very soon. We might have to cut down on the defense budget. The humanity. I don't. Child. Can we defend ourselves from this disease? Maybe use some of that money to make some freaking face masks. I'm sorry. I need to go on. I can't think about those masks anymore. It makes me so mad. I've talked about the things that individual people are doing wrong. I've talked about the things that government and corporations are doing that irritate me. So let's talk about how this affects me personally. This is the part of the video where you're going to hear some first world problem complaints. You're going to hear just some things that might make me sound like selfish or superficial or kind of just silly in general. I'm sorry, but I need to say what's on my mind. I'm not the only one thinking this. I've seen video documentaries talking about Miss Rona, news stories talking about Miss Rona, and I've heard other people bring up some of these same ideas, other people my age. So I'm not the only one thinking this. I guess I'm just going to be the first one to say it, and if you judge me, okay, whatever. Anyways, so my main issue is school. I am a student in college, and I have been a student my whole life. Not my whole life, but most of it, because I went to preschool, so I've been in school from the ages of 3 to now. It's a long time. That's almost 20 years I've been in school. Ugh. Anyways, I've been in school nearly 20 years, nearly 2 decades. I've been a student for most of my life. And so school is kind of a big part of my life. It's a huge part of my life. So the fact that my current semester is occurring online that was its whole own thing of just what? But it's already happening. We're already here, and I'm just going to let it happen. I don't think online school is the same as in-person school, but it is what it is. I'm just going to have to let it happen. I was getting really worn out and burnt out from school. It is my spring break right now, so I had a break coming anyways, but I'm just happy to be at home. Not to be locked at home, but to be at home in general. Online school, I don't mind it for just the last month of school, because I've already at least had a chance to learn things in person, and online school isn't as high of a quality of education. That's why students typically say online classes are easier, because there's just not as much your professor can do with you a lot of the time. I usually only do online classes for classes I don't care about, like gen eds that I just have to take, and I just want an easy way out. So when it's my actual major classes that I care about, I don't really want to do that online, but I am. It's fine. I'm going to get through it. We're all going to be great. But I'm concerned about the future. So I've been informed by my university that my summer semester has also moved to online, which is fine, but also not fine, because the same problems will exist. A lot of classes are not made to occur online. I am an animation major. There's a lot of programs that we use. Maya, Substance Painter, Storyboard Pro, Toon Boom Harmony, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, After Effects, Premiere Pro. We use a lot of computer programs that cost a lot of money. A lot of money. And I don't have the money to buy all of those. I don't have a computer that can run all of those. There's a lot of equipment that we don't have at home, that we went to school to have access to that equipment. So my degree is very hard to get online, just because you're not going to have access to the things you need. My degree is not the only one. You could be a dance major. What if you live in a studio apartment? You're not going to have an open space where you can film a video of yourself dancing. What are you going to do? You could be a science major of any kind, chemistry, biology, whatever. How are you going to do your labs? You could be a medical major of any kind, nursing, doctor, pre-med, whatever. How are you going to do your lab practicals? How are you going to get CPR certified online? Child. There are a lot of majors where online school is just not appropriate for it. Generally speaking, the way your major worked at school and the way it works online are completely different, and the school has basically had no time to make these changes. A lot of schools closed instantly. like, pack up your bags and go, we're moving to online, just get out. So there wasn't really time for professors to adjust, there wasn't time for students to adjust, and this problem is persistent. I'm wondering what will happen if this problem persists into fall semester. Will they just cancel fall semester? Will they cancel the whole school year? Will they continue to do it online? If they continue to do it online, are they going to make any kinds of adjustment? Like, there's just so much that's up in the air, and I'm not the only person asking this. Other students are asking this. Professors who have to teach these strange online but not really classes are asking this. Superintendents are stressed. Everyone in the university system, and even, high school, middle school, so on and so forth, especially like elementary school. Elementary schoolers ain't got no patience to do online school, but kindergartners and online. Child. I just feel like it's a lot of change that no one was ready for, and I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's going to change the day that I graduate. I am a senior, but I'm a semester ahead. So most people in my class will be graduating spring of 2021. I'm graduating fall of 2020, so I'm a semester ahead. So next semester is supposed to be my last, and I don't know if it's going to exist. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, because if I have to do my senior seminar class online, I do not have access to the program we need, and it is too much money and too much for my computer to handle, so I can't even get it. So how am I going to do the class? My degree, I just don't know how that's getting done if I have to do it online. It is fall semester, so they do have a chance to postpone the semester or cancel the semester, but I don't want them to cancel it because I don't want life to just stop for a semester. I can't really get a job if it's canceled because everything is still going to be closed, so I will just be sitting at home for 4 months. But I also, I don't know if there's a good solution, and it's like I'm hoping that this problem is solved by then, but the way it's going now, I keep saying this, I really don't see this going away until November. Maybe later. Like, I don't see businesses opening back up and life proceeding as normal and people feeling safe. Oh, excuse me. People feeling safe for a while. Furthermore, I had applied to several summer internships this year. I was still in the process of applying when all of this started happening, so I didn't apply to as many as I did last year. Last year I applied to 20. This year I applied to 10-ish before things started to, blow up, and I was like, maybe I should stop applying and, see what's going on right now, because we're in a wild time. So I've applied to these internships, haven't heard back from them. I don't know if the companies are even still running to be able to see my application and respond to me. I don't know if these summer internships are still going to happen. A lot of them I applied to are out of state. I don't know if I will be even allowed to fly to the state in which they are occurring. I don't know what's going to happen, basically. I don't know what's going on. And, when I was applying for them, it seemed fine. It seemed like, yes, I'm going to go out of state away from my family, but it's an opportunity for me to be an adult, get an internship, make some money, make my own decisions, and live on my own for just a few months. It'll be quick and easy. But now it's like, leaving the house is dangerous. I don't know about, going through the airport. Just a lot of things have changed, and it's, this is my last summer before I graduate. And I've applied every semester to internships, but, places love to not hire me. Maybe I'm ugly. I don't know. But I'm looking like I'm going to graduate with 0 experience, which isn't the cutest. It doesn't make me the most hireable. Not only that, but it's also looking like I'm going to graduate into a recession. The recession hasn't started, but we can all predict it. This is not going to end well. It might even be a depression if this carries on for too long. And graduating college into that is just not ideal. This whole thing has taught me that I'm just not meant to plan anything. I think that is something that Jesus has been trying to tell me for a while, but I keep not getting it. I was planning every single second of my life in high school, and when I didn't get into I got in, but when I couldn't go to the colleges I wanted to, I was like, okay, let me just chill. And I started planning only the big things. But then when the big things started not happening, I said, let me just chill. And now I only have a general idea of I'm just going to graduate and see where I go. And now I don't even know if I'm going to graduate. So I'm just not meant to plan anything. I'm just living. Let's just get through this one day. Anything past that, I don't know. We could all blow up. Yeah, I'm just concerned about what's going to happen for summer semesters already online. I already know that. But are they going to change what courses they're offering? Is fall semester going to be online, or is it going to be canceled? How are they going to handle graduations both this semester and in fall semester when I'm graduating? What's going to happen? I saw this one tweet that was so hilarious. I laughed for 5 solid minutes. It was so funny. All it said was, I guess I'm graduating from Roblox. So maybe I'll be graduating from IMVU, Second Life, Minecraft, child. Discord. At this point, who knows? Don't know what's gonna happen for fall semester. I don't know if I'm still gonna get these summer internships. My plan, me being dumb making plans, was if I didn't get a summer internship, I was just gonna get a summer job and save up more money for after school. But now I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get a job because everywhere is closed. I don't know if I'm going to be able to leave my house ever again. I just don't know what's going on, and no one does. We're all in a state of confusion and peril and panic, and it's a hard time to come out of because we don't even really know when we can come out of it. Like, it seems like there's no end in sight because there's not going to be a cure for Miss Rona. Like, what are we supposed to do, really? I will say though, this seems like the opening of a dystopian novel, and it's making sense because I always wondered in dystopias, how did it all just fall apart? Like, like we'll say a zombie apocalypse or something. Why are you like running around collecting food and stuff? Why don't you just go to the store? And I don't know why my brain is so stupid, but it finally clicked. If something like this is happening, at some point the store is going to close. Like at some point, corporate greed will lose. Again, if all your clients are dead, you can't really have a company. So this just seems like the start of a dystopian novel to me, and I'm like, that is real interesting. We thought the apocalypse was going to be 2012, but well, it might be 2020, start of a new decade, start of the last decade. Who knows? And it just feels like I don't know how to feel. People are getting sick. People are dying. But it's not people next to me. So it can kind of feel like it's not really happening, or like, me and my family are invincible. And it's just a lot of uncertainty and just a lack of option, a lack of choices. Just what are you going to do? There's no face masks. We could make more, but what if we can't make more? Like, what if we don't have the supplies in America to make more? Like, at some point, it's just like, what are we going to do? So it just is a confusing time. It's a hard time for a lot of people. Like, if you've lost anyone near you, if your community is suffering especially bad, if you're like in Italy or New York or just somewhere that is really struggling right now, it's a much harder time than it is for me here. Anyone who has parents, or if you yourself, you've got family members in the medical field, I feel for you. I understand the concern for them and their safety, along with you and your safety if you're living in proximity to them. It's just a lot. But it also feels like nothing, because I look outside and I see these cars on the highway and I see my neighbors jogging for the 12th time, and it looks normal, but it's not on the inside. So yeah, there's just a lot going on and I don't know how to feel. But that was my Corona talk. I want to thank you guys so much for sitting down with me and just letting me get this off my chest. I know we all want something positive in these times, but for me, sometimes it's positive to just rant, let it go, say what I need to say, and then move forward. So thank you guys so much for listening to me. Please let me know down in the comments below if you have anything you need to get off your chest. You agree with anything I said? If you disagree, what your solution to this problem would be. If you were president, what would you do? And what do you think your future is looking like? Obviously, we're not meant to plan anything, because I've been trying to plan my life and just keep taking the wheel and saying, baby girl, nope, shut up, we're drifting away from that. So at this point I give up, but I'm still hoping the future will be something. I'm hoping we'll pull something together. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Please just let me know some of your thoughts. Leave a like, check out some of my other videos. I will see you guys next time. Click some of my lovely links that I leave up for you after every video. And until then, toodaloo and stay safe. Okay, bye. Enjoy your Roblox graduation.